Mahmood Othman joins us now to examine those comments from the Governor of Borno State and Dr. Daniel Kukwe. Thank you for coming in this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Those comments from the Governor, first and foremost, you expected that response from the government, but put both of them in perspective. I mean, when you first heard the Governor, before even the response, what did you think of the Governor's submission and then later the response?
Well, I don't see anything wrong with what the Governor said. After all, the Governor is the one on the ground. And this is an area where we have been talking about this thing for the last 3 years now. And quite a number of ladies and gentlemen who came to your studio and other fora to discuss the same issue have suggested a lot of ideas. But somebody somewhere have made up their mind what they want to do, and they have all the knowledge, they have all the expertise, they have the monopoly of whatever it takes to solve the Northeast problem. And I think they are going a wrong direction, for the simple reason that one of the complaints we are making all the time was this idea of intelligence gathering. Even if what the government is saying, what their military spokespeople are talking about, it doesn't matter what they say because that's their job. And the spokespeople also have to furnish the image of their paymasters. But the truth on the ground is that people are dying. They are dying on a daily basis. And whatever is going on in the last 3 years, if you take the axis centers of the crisis, you are talking of Maiduguri, you are talking of Damaturu, you are talking now of Yola. Now, if you take my Borno state, half of Borno, that's northern Borno and eastern Borno, east of Maiduguri to the Chad border. Northern axis, all this Kukawa and so on, where you have a common border with Lake Chad and Niger. That's the area of gravity for this crisis. Then you come to Yobe, you are talking of Patiskum, the capital, and Damaturu, the capital, and Patiskum. Most of the crises have been contained in that area. That's their hit place. Then Adamawa, you are talking of Yola North, Yola South, Mubi North, Mubi South. You are talking of Madagali, Michika, and one other local government there.
That's in the main town.
Yeah, the capital as well. All the crises that have taken place, you are not hearing it in Pupure, Mayo, Belwa, and so on, Jada, and so on.
Deeper.
Yeah, deeper to the south or to the west. It is if you have to draw a line, it is one eastern half of those local governments. The northern tip of Adamawa, that's from Yola all the way north where the Adamawa meets Borno State.
Which is close to the Cameroon.
Which is the Cameroon. You cross the other side, you have Mokono, you have Garwa, you have Marwa, you have Ngondo, further down to the east into Cameroon. And in the good old days, we don't have a land border with Chad. It is water. You have to cross a lot of water to find yourself into Chad territory on the lake. That one has disappeared now. Lake Chad, in the last 30 years, from 1980 to date, the water has reduced to just about 10% of what it used to be. There is no water, hardly any water goes from Nigeria. You are talking of Komadugu Yobe River, Komadugu Ghana River, Yadesaram, Ngada. We put dams in the name of civilization and dry season farming all over Nigeria. Water is not going from Nigeria. The only water that's coming into Lake Chad now is coming from Chari Ubangi, from Central African Republic. Now, you must have read or heard or saw some idle heads of state, about 8 of them, who constitute themselves into a kind of a nuisance club, and they have been on it for the last 20-something years. They say they are Lake Chad Basin Commission. They are talking to World Bank, they are talking to everybody who can help to give them money to flow or to pump water from Chari Ubangi into Lake Chad. And that's, I have never had such a fairy tale like that. If they say they want to dredge the river, maybe. But they have to take permission of Central African Republic, which is now a war-torn country anyway, for whatever reason. And even if you dredge Ubangi River, what happened to the tributaries that feed Ubangi? They are all Eastern Central African Republic, the hills, that's the tributary. So, but coming back to the source, when you have that crisis, small mustard seed that spread from Maiduguri into all these areas we are talking about. And you now put the area under state of emergency. You switch off everybody's telephone, mobile telephone lines, so that the insurgents will not communicate and so on and so on. You created a division, a new army division, just for the sake of this. And then these things are still happening.
That's part of the reason why, there are more questions that are being raised from what the governor has said. Because with that state of emergency, and Yola North, South, Maribel, these are the main town. And if you had a state of emergency, people would have thought, okay, maybe they're restricted to the border town, between Yola and Borno, as well as maybe towards Cameroon. Because what the Minister of Information makes us believe on the program when he was here is that, yes, we have cooperation from all the other countries giving this multinational joint task force. That is just the Cameroon wing that they're discussing with. If they sort that part out, then you can have some more cooperation along the borders. But how come you now say that along the Niger area, which is the center of gravitation, we still have a challenge there?
Well, northern Borno has a common border with Dipa province inside in Niger. Many years ago, that was the center of insurgency against the Niger government. Former President Tanja Mahmoud broke a peace. Those rebels in Dipa province laid their arms. But rebels really never laid completely their arms, for whatever reason. So that is northern tip. If you look at the map of Nigeria, you have Lake Chad in the corner. That border there, the other side is deeper. Now, there used to be a lot of insurgency. Now, Chad itself, since independence, 1960, since the days of Francois Tombalbaye, the president, every president of Chad faces rebellion. Everyone. It's one area that has permanent insurgency, fighting the government. French legionnaires are there permanently since 1960. French soldiers are there to help every government in power. What the rebels used to do in Chad is to cross into Nigeria, attack villages, take foodstuff and so on, go back, mobilize, fight government, then government drives them out.
That's the pattern.
That's the pattern. And the peaceful one probably is Cameroon. Cameroon is peaceful. The northern part, the Adamawa province of Cameroon has always been peaceful. But when we have this corruption, endemic corruption that really is now part and parcel of our culture now, I get irritated when I see government functionaries talking about, oh, we have forest border. There is nothing like forest border. You have forest minds, forest brains that don't keep serious issues. That's the only thing you have. Because Chad itself, Republic of Chad, is 1.24 million square kilometers. Niger is 1.267 million square kilometers. Nigeria is only 923. So Nigeria is smaller in terms of size. And in terms of border, the 1,600 kilometers of Cameroon-Nigeria border from Atlantic Ocean all the way to Lake Chad. About 1,500 kilometers of Niger border with Nigeria. You cannot cross to the other side and do whatever you want without being picked within the next 30 minutes. Pick any forest you like into Niger or into Cameroon or into the Republic of Benin. But when you come to Nigeria, everybody put his hand on his head and say, we have forest border. So you accept defeat. You are not ready to do your job. Therefore, the other side of it is that Nobody ever bothered to find out what is happening. Our involvement in Darfur.
I thought they pulled some soldiers.
Well, we have only
compliments.
We have always been part and parcel of Darfur Peace, United Nations Peace Mission, or African, whichever it is.
Is it affecting us back?
Well, of course. First of all, if you those people who care to know the history, once upon a time there were no cars, there was no plane going to Mecca, going for Muslim pilgrimage. People from Senegal, from Mali, from Guinea, from everywhere, crisscross West African border to all the way to Saudi Arabia on foot. And Sudan, even at independence, Sudan has more than 5 million people of Nigerian origin. Back in 1956, they are there. And northern Darfur, southern Darfur, Kordofan, that's where the concentration of our people are, and our people of our origin. And that's why when southern Sudan was rebelling, those people in the western Sudan also think that they too should rebel. They want autonomy from the Arab-dominated. They are not really Arab as you think of Arabs in Iraq or Syria or something, but they are called Arabs, and that's their language. So, if Nigeria is there, when they ambush Nigerian soldiers in Kordofan many times, we are always in the receiving end when they attack United Nations soldiers, peacekeepers. Therefore, a friend of your friend is your friend. If these people have a common bondage with the people in Borno State, they can speak Margi, they can speak Kanuri, they can speak Shua Arab, whatever language we are speaking, all the way from Borno, you cross into Chad, through Abeche, all the way to Jamina in Sudan. They are the same people. You don't need any language to communicate. So, if that's where the people are coming from, if that's where they are getting their training basis, you cannot fault it. But so only intelligence gathering can give you all this information. But if you sit there and keep accusing everybody who sees something wrong, like they're accusing Governor of Borno, he shouldn't, he is a civilian. What are you talking about?